Hello, my name is Jack Dawes, Director of Training at Tulsa Welding School, and today we're going to go over a 2-inch Schedule 40 6G TIG all the way out. We're going to use 70S wire. Got some 70S wire right here, okay? And right here I've gotten a 2-inch. I've already tacked it up. I'll show you here in a second. But I've already, basically prepped it. You clean the inside, you clean the outside, you clean all of it. With the TIG process, you want it all nice and clean. Everything all clean on the inside, outside, bevels, all nice and shiny. I personally like to leave mine with a knife edge. Some people like to put a little land on it. That's entirely up to you. I prefer no land at all. I like a nice, clean, beveled edge, nice, sharp. So what we'll do is we're going to get it all tacked up. We're going to get in the 6G position, and we're going to run with 70S wire. I'm going to be running with the TIG process. This is a TIG rig. Okay, I'm going to also talk about my cup sizes and stick outs and arc length as far as that goes as we're welding. I've got my gas set on about 30 CFH, and my machine right now is set at 90. I'm going to set it I've run it a little bit hotter than that normally, but for this video, just so we can take our time and you can watch and see, I'm going to keep it a little colder so I can go a little slower and you can watch and see. We are doing a lay wire technique. I will show you a back feeding technique in another video, but on this video, we're just going to show you lay wire. So what that means is we're just going to lay the wire in the groove and we're just going to walk right over the top of it. In my opinion, I think it's pretty simple and fast. As long as you keep the tungsten nice and sharp, it will come out nice and clean. But if you're sticking your tungstens in your long arcing, you're going to have different problems, and we're going to show that in another video. So I've got it already tacked up here. I've got it, put 3 tacks on it. I like to leave my right side open, but if you don't feel comfortable with that, you can definitely put 4 tacks in it. It's personal preference, but like I say, I've got 3 tacks on it, and I'm going to go ahead and run up my right side. I'm going to do it all with my right hand because a lot of people ask, do it right hand, can you do it with your left hand? I can do it with both my hands, but I'm going to show you with my right hand today because a lot of people, they struggle with just doing it with their dominant hand. So let's just focus on our dominant hand today. And another day I'll show you both hands, that's not a problem. We're not going to do we're all going to do walking the cup. Like I said, we're not doing any freehanding today. That'll be in another video. I'll show you some freehanding techniques, but today just all walking the cup, lay wire right over the top of it. All right, let's get to it. Okay, so we got our pipe tacked up in the 6G here. And let's talk about the cup size real quick, just where we cover that. On your cup size, what you want is you want to be able to fit it in the groove and it'd be able to swivel nice and smooth. If you get too big of a cup, you're not going to fit inside the groove. You're not going to be able to swivel. And if you get too small of a cup, you get right down into the action and it's very easy to stick it. So what you want to do is you just want to get the right cup size that will go in there. I'm going to use a 5 right here. There's lots of cup sizes, there's lots of different ones, but like I say, I'm going to use a 5, and I'm just going to put in here a nice little swivel back and forth, watching it fuse top, bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom, all the way around. Like I say, just keep the wire in there straight, keep it in there level, don't get it all angled all crazy in here, you want to just keep it straight, and we're just going to walk right over the top of the wire, okay? Let's give it a go. I put my right leg forward, my left leg back. I lean back a little bit to give myself some clearance. I'm going to bring my tungsten up, get myself set up, get it in the right spot, and we're going to strike up. Here we go. Just want to keep it in there nice and tight, spread it out, watch that little puddle spread out, keep it in there tight. So I'm moving around. I'm going to transition my weight, move my feet, keep it in there nice and tight. Walking right over the top of the wire. Get a little hole, just give a little bit of wire in there. Like I say, I'm taking my time so y'all can see what we're doing. Just rocking it back and forth, top and bottom. Got a little gap, the wire in there, right on up. When you break out, always take the tungsten down into the bevel when you break your arc. Okay, just don't break out right in the middle. If you always break out, you're going to leave that little fisheye in there. So make sure as you're going and you're going to stop your weld, you always take the tungsten down into the bevel and then snap your arc out. Like I say, you want to make sure you get rid of those fish eyes. You don't want to leave them in there. They'll create pinholes in there as you do your root and in your hot pass. If you leave those pinholes, you'll fail x-ray. So make sure you remove those. Make sure you walk it down into the bevel. All right? Okay, so we've completed our right side, and now we're going to come up our left side. So I'm going to get set up like so. I don't like to put my knees on the ground per se. I like to be able to where I can stand up as I'm welding. But I'm just going to run up to the tack, stop, readjust, so everybody can see what we're doing. But yeah, we're just going to run it right here. Like I said, I'm down like so. I'm not going to get my knees really on the ground. I'm going to set my TIG rig up right up here. Once again, we'll fire up, and we'll just walk right over the top of the wire. Okay? Let's do it. You want to just keep it nice and tight, nice and smooth. Take your time. This is not a race. I'm up on my tack. I'm going to go ahead and snap out down into the bevel, then break your arc. Okay? So now we're going to readjust, move around, come up onto the top. All right, so we've got it set up. We've went up this quarter, readjusted so everybody can see. Now we're going to pick it up here and finish this root off. So get it up in here, slide it back so you can see. Here we go. Get the little hot spot, get the wire hot, or the puddle hot, excuse me. We're just going to ease our wire in here. Make sure we get it fused top to bottom. Just walking it up and down, just a little swivel. You can look at my hands. I'm not doing much swiveling at all, just a little bit top to bottom. Make sure we're getting it fused in top to bottom. Nice, and take your time, nice and slow, nice and easy. And now we've made it up onto our root. Go ahead and walk it out, tail it out. Snap that baby out so we don't leave any fish eyes or pinholes. Now we've got our root in there, and we're going to just clean it all up real good, maybe knock down any high spots if we have them. Then we're going to come back and we're going to run a hot pass over the top of it. Then we'll go on and fill it and cap it. Okay? So let's get it all cleaned up and then we'll run a hot pass on it. All right, excellent. So we went ahead and ran our root. We've got our root all the way in. I went around and just kind of hit any of the high spots. You know, if you got some spots in there, just go ahead and knock them down. Make sure they're all nice and clean. Now we're going to run our hot pass on there. You know, when I run my hot pass, I turn it up a minimum of 10. That's a good rule of thumb. So if you ran your root at 90 like I just did, you know, you probably want to go up a minimum of 10. I went up to 105 just because I like it a little bit hotter, to be honest with you. But yeah, a good rule of thumb is to go up 10. So what you want to do is the same concept. You want to lay your wire, hold your wire at the top edge of the puddle, right at the toe line of your root, and you want to spread it out, just how we just did with the root, just spreading it out top to bottom, burning it into our toe lines of our first pass around. So hold it at the top, spread it down. It's always easier to keep your wire at the top and spread the metal down than try to keep the wire at the bottom and spread it up. That doesn't work out very well. So hold the wire at the top, and just spread it down all the way around. Like I say, I'm running about 105, okay? Get it set up here. Here we go. Get you a little hot spot there. You're just taking our time, spreading it out top to bottom. Just take your time. As you're coming up, move your back leg up. That way you can just move right on around the pipe. Okay, like I say, same thing. As you put your hot pass in, always make sure that you walk it down into the bevel and break your arc out. You don't want to leave it right in the middle. You know, if you got that, all that heat pushing right down into the middle, you're going to leave that pinhole in there. Like I say, as you take an x-ray, take a bend test, you know, you're going to find those pinholes going to crack, you're going to fail test. So always walk it out into the bevel. All right. So now that we've completed up the right hand side, now we're going to come back around. We're going to knock out this left hand side. Once again, we'll kind of readjust where you can see everything, and we'll knock out this left hand side. Okay. So we got it all set up. Now we're going to come in here and we're going to finish up back over here, pick back up where we left off, and run it up the left hand side. All right, here we go. Well, if you stick it like that, you jab the wire, it's not a good thing. And you should always stop and change your tungsten. But definitely, when you stick it like that, you definitely mess up your tungsten. It's not any good. So I'm just repairing the little spot right there where I had a little jab. Clean that up and pull out. Change my tungsten real quick, because if you jab your wire and you jab your tungsten, it's just not good, okay? You're gonna end up with lots of defects. You could end up with lack of fusion, lots of different problems in there. So if you stick it like I just did, that's fine, it happens. Hey, everybody sticks it from time to time. Just stop, readjust, and get back to it. Let me grab a tungsten real quick. Got me a fresh one in here. We're going to continue on. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to stop so you can see. Pull my arc out. Make sure I've walked it down into the bevel. And readjust so we can see some more. Okay. Okay, so we just adjusted so everybody can see. Here we go. We're going to continue on. Take your time, spread it out. Just rocking it top to bottom. Keeping my wire at the top, just watching it fuse in top, bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom. Okay, so now we have gotten our root and hot pass in. You see it's all fairly nice, you know, all nice and smooth in there. Got some good little beads in there. Like I say, take your time with it, just making sure you hold your wire at the top and make sure you fuse it from top to bottom, just like spreading it out nice and smooth. All right, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go ahead and continue on. We're gonna fill it on up and put a cap on it. So we're gonna readjust where you can see some more, and we'll put a cap on, filling cap on it. All right, excellent. So what we've done is we went ahead and put our root and hot pass in. Now there's a couple options here, you know, especially when you get on thicker pipe, you're gonna have to run stringer beads in there, just like you run stick beads in. You run one on the bottom, then one on the top, and come in and fill it up. On this one, I'm actually just gonna go ahead and run one weave and just go ahead and fill it on up, just for lack of time, to be honest with you. But like I said, I've got another video where I show you running the stringer beads in there. On this one, I'm just gonna go ahead and continue with one weave pass, fill it on up, and then I'll show you how to put a cap on. So let's go with me here while we put a fill in. Get a little hot spot, bring our wire in, spread it from top to bottom. Top to bottom. Just spreading the peanut butter out over the bread, you know what I mean? You may have to just give it just a little wire as you're going. If you got a little low spot, you may have to add just a little wire in there to fill it up a little bit. Don't be shy with it. You can give it a little bit. Oh, gotta be careful with that wire. You don't want to jab it in. All right. Got a bead in there. Got it filled up pretty good. Not too bad. All right, we're gonna come around over here and run up this left side now. Okay, so we've got everything reset back up. Like I say, we've already ran up the right side. Now we're gonna come around the left side, just running one nice big fill. Like I say, I'm gonna hold the wire at the top and just spread it out from top to bottom, making sure I fuse it all in. All right, here we go. Like I said, if you gotta give it a little wire, just give it a little wire. Keep that puddle full. All right, I'm gonna readjust so where we can see some more. Okay, so we have readjusted so everybody can see. Let's continue on here. Pick it back up where we left off. Get a little hot spot there. Keep your wire at the top. Just spread it out. Well, if you stick it like that, if you jab it, that's what will happen. You don't want to jab it. You can see my tons has got like a halo on it. That means it's no good. If you stick it, take your time, swap it, have the other one, have it ready. I'd love to say I never stick it, but it happens. I'm sure we all have it happen from time to time. All right, let's continue on. Okay, made our tie-in. Keep the gas on it, let it cool down a little bit. Okay, so now we have gotten our root, hot pass, and fill all completed with the TIG using 70S-6 wire. And we've got it all in there. It's all nice and clean. Like I say, we're gonna clean it up, maybe just wire wheel it or wire brush it, give it a second to cool down, and then we'll go ahead on and we'll put our cap on it. All right, excellent. So we went ahead and got it all filled up. We moved everything around so everybody can see again. Now we're gonna go back and put the cap on. I have changed to a bigger cup. I've gone to an 8 cup. When I put the cap on, I like to run a bigger cup. You don't have to have a bigger cup on when you're running a cap. It's really a personal preference, but I think with a bigger cup, you get more travel out of it, so you have to do less work with a bigger cup. But like I say, you're more than welcome to use a 4 or 5, whatever cup it really is that you like. Like I say, I'd much rather just use a bigger cup. It gets me a little more travel out of my TIG rig. So we're going to come in, we're going to drop our stringers in there and put a nice cap on it here. Like I said, we got it filled up fairly flush. And now we're going to run a 2-bead filling cap on here. I'll start down at the 6 o'clock and run up to 12. Then I'll run back at 6 o'clock and run up to 12, running two stringer beads on here. All right, so join me as we finish capping this pipe out. Get you a little hot spot again. Take your time, get it where you want it. Oh. Oh, mayday. Okay, so we got our cap on here up on the right side. So let's come back and let's finish up on this left side, putting our stringer beads in here. I'm gonna pick it back up over here where I left off, and we're gonna continue on. Just taking your time, spreading it out. All right, we're gonna stand up here and keep this thing moving. Stay out of the way here, maybe you can see. Just keep it going. Nice and smooth, take your time. All right. Yes, sir. We've got our cap pass on there. We've ran stringer beads up, as you can see. One bead along the bottom, coming up from 6 o'clock to 12 o'clock. And now all we got to do is come back and run one more pass from 6 o'clock to 12 o'clock, and we'll have this baby done. So I hope you like it. Let's finish it out. Okay, great. So now we have completed our cap pass on the 2G 6-inch Schedule 40 running with 70S wire. Like I say, I've already got one cap pass up and round, and so now we're going to go ahead and finish this thing off. I'm going to go ahead and put the next cap pass on, and we will be completed. So we're going to start back down here at 6 o'clock, run to 12 o'clock, we'll come back around, catch it at 6 o'clock, run to 12 o'clock. Gas on, get in position. All right, here we go. Taking your time, spreading it out. Okay, got a nice little bead on there. Gonna flip around, catch this other side, and we'll be done. Okay, got everything set up. Everybody's ready. Let's finish it out. Okay, so we got it all finished up. It was a lot of work, but we're glad we got it done. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something off of it. If you have comments, you have some things that you would like to ask questions about or want to see something different, just let Tulsa Welding School know. We'll be glad to show you something else. Thank you for watching our video today. I hope you learned something, and we'll see you next time. Thank you. Thank you for watching our video today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something today. If you would like to get some more tips and tricks and become a better welder, then subscribe to our channel. And if you would like to learn even more right now, then click on our link. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.